motherfucking magic. You watching Rap Grid, you know what I'm saying? Dot motherfucking com, dot net, shit, org, all that shit, nigga. We motherfucking magic.
Yo, it's Drect Rap Grid. I'm here for another web chat. I got my man Marv 1. What's up, Marv?
What's shaking, man? It's good to talk to you, man.
You too, man.
You need a hair. You need a haircut. You thought I wasn't gonna say nothing?
I know. I tried to mask it with like a cool looking satin varsity joint and a hat with a strap on it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I do. Fuck it.
Good work,
I'm not beard gang. I can't get away with that shit.
bro. I don't even get haircuts no more. As long as my beard's straight, I'm cool.
You be lining it up yourself?
Yeah, bro. Fuck it.
I can't line myself up. Like I can't I can do it with my right hand, but with my left out, no, it's over.
Man, grow up, bro.
Well, look, man, I wanted to talk to you because, like, this 2-on-2 thing. Some people might think I'm making a big deal out of it. I done made a bunch of blogs about it, put a lot of posts, but it got a lot of people talking when I did who's the best 2-on-2 team of all time, and the 4 teams I put on there was Shuffle and Marlowe, the Saurus and Illmac, DNA and Shine, and you and Quest.
Right.
I think without a shadow of a doubt, even though I was limited by Twitter's poll of 4 teams, I think those are. No one can argue with me and say those aren't the 4 teams you would have to pick.
Yeah, I don't. Unless you pick the girls, Bonnie and 40 could have been up there.
But of all time,
they're the first female team doing it, right? That has to count for something.
yeah, I think you got to have at least 2 or 3, because look, you can put Averb and Hitman in there.
That's true. That's true. I don't know. I think the list was cool. I think over here in America, especially, Marlo and Shuffle T get overlooked.
They're crazy. They're crazy.
They crazy. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think they beat us, so I'm not really. You know, I can't front on them at all.
Okay. So let's do it different. Besides me asking you what makes you mad and how much you hate DNA and K-Shine and how you beat the Saurus and Illmaculate.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, I know.
They're my babies, man. They're my little niggas. I ain't mad.
Let's do a quick history lesson, right? Because people like it when I do this because I guess they just I assume that because me and you know it, everyone else knows it, and they don't.
Okay.
So Marv 1 is an
established 2000 what? What was the first WRC? 2006? 2007?
Yeah, 2006.
2006. Illmac and the Saurus won the first World Rap Championship. And they battled Possessed and what's his face? Was that the final?
Yeah, it was the final.
That was the final. I don't know how much they won. It didn't make a difference.
Mm-hmm.
The next year, they were going to do WRCs again. Mm-hmm. Detroit was one of the fucking cities that they were coming to, and the prize was $50,000. Quest called me. We weren't even that cool then, honestly.
Oh, word? I just assumed y'all was best friends growing up.
Nah, me and Quest wasn't even that cool then, honestly. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he wanted his first partner to be Swan. But Swan declined. And before I knew that, I called Swan to be my partner.
Oh, word?
Yeah, and Swan declined. So Quest hit me up. We chopped it up. We was like, look, nigga, $25,000 sound great. Nigga, let's, you know what I'm saying?
Let's get it.
And our strategy at the time was to be what nobody was. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody was so fucking multisyllabic, and like niggas were, you know, a lot of people were rapping like the Saurus. Like, he really, I'm not gonna say he birthed that style, but he definitely took it to a different level around that time.
Yo, and I can even say from my perspective, just from being, you know, a black dude that was watching the WRCs, and I wasn't on I didn't even know half of the underground rappers that people say you model your style after or whatever, but I'm looking at the Saurus and Illmac like, yo, I've never even seen this style before. So when I got into WRC, I I was rhyming in multisyllabics and all that shit too, because it didn't sound like them, but it was kind of like, yo, like I guess that's what you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? You guys were
But
the
we,
first people I saw, I think,
but we,
outside of that box.
but we saw it though, because Detroit niggas was rapping like that.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, Detroit niggas was rapping like that. M was rapping like that. Fucking Elzai was rapping like that.
But it wasn't with the Saurus brought like the stereotypical like black comedian white man voice to the you know what I'm saying, like to that style. I've never really heard it like that.
Definitely.
You know?
So we decided to be the total opposite of that.
Mm.
Our whole thing was instead of fucking rhymes, our whole strength was gonna be punches. That was our whole thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think we did an incredible fucking job. Like we stood out. We stood out the most in that 2007 WRCs. We stood out the fucking most. The Saurus and Illmac may have been better, but as a team, me and Quest stood out the most because we were so left of what everybody was doing.
Yeah, you know what? I want to paint a picture for people before you continue. So you have Marv 1, who you see in like the Who Won a Battle, the Detroit Who Won a Battles. You see you versus Nims. You got the cornrows. You weighed less back then, huh?
I did. I did. I was doing things I didn't have any business, so I had to.
Yeah.
I was doing a lot of running.
So you got a lot of these underground like Proof and Bizarre hosted battles where you see Marv just cutting niggas on some street shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. I was on one.
And you see you in the footage from battling Eminem on the 8 Mile bonus. And I never forget this. I never told you this, but one of my favorite little like rhyme patterns is like Mike Tyson, I'm quite nice on fight night. Like I love that rhyme. You know what I'm saying? That's my geek.
Look, man, I started this multi-syllabic shit, bro.
I like that. You know what I mean? And then you see Quest. He was on what do you call that shit? The like
That's
Showtime
episode.
joint, right? Yeah. Yep. And I had seen him on Spin the Mic against Illmac. And I knew he had stripes, but I figured if both of y'all was from Detroit and y'all was friends, y'all would make a good team. But I didn't like to see that dynamic work and it to be almost the opposite of what you think y'all gonna do. I think made everybody take notice because when you battled in the park and you told the dude we gonna beat your ass and told him how many different ways, like I thought you really went to high school with him and beat his ass. Quest just revealed to me that wasn't true last week.
Yeah, we never. You know what's crazy though?
Huh?
What's crazy is that was Quest's strategy. You know what I'm saying? That was really his strategy. I'll never. His whole thing was like, look, nigga, I'm not as entertaining as you are, Marv. So nigga, you can be the funny man. I'll be the straight man. I'll do all the setups. Nigga, I'll set him up. You knock him down. Looking back on it, like it was like it made sense, but it upset me because it put me in this weird fucking box that everybody thinks that I'm a joke rapper. Well, and it fucks with me because I can actually fucking rap. But it made sense then, and it made us stand out. So by the time we went through Detroit and got to New York, niggas knew who we were. And niggas were gunning. I felt like niggas was gunning for us more than they were gunning for the Saurus and Illmac.
I think everyone thought that y'all were going to pull off an upset because even watching the Saurus and Illmac throughout those WRCs, you could see them like it wasn't the same. You could see like people were kind of catching up and they were winning, but it wasn't as I don't know, like
they looked human.
Yeah.
Yeah, they looked human. They didn't look as scary as they did the year before.
Yeah.
And we were the new shit. So when we got there and fucking for whatever reason, I hated Mad Ills. For whatever reason, I hated Mad Ills. So my focus was to destroy Mad Ills. Cool guy now. You know what I'm saying? But at the time, that was my focus.
You know, it's gonna be
That was
mad
my
comments like, "Look at Direct's face when Marv said Mad Ills."
nah, man. Because
Man.
I mean, you know, whatever. I'm just, you know, I'm not saying that because you know
Yeah.
whatever y'all went through. I'm just saying at the time, I felt he was so fucking arrogant. I felt he was so arrogant, and I felt that he didn't deserve to be that arrogant. So that was when those fucking rankings came out. I mean, not the rankings. When those brackets came out, and they had us and the Saurus on the same side, I said, "Oh, I know what this is."
But you know
There,
what I would have said though? Yeah, that's true. But you know what I said? Yo,
there's
me.
no in the world.
Yeah. You know me.
Craig, Question Cody and Marv on was supposed to be in the same bracket as fucking
Yeah, they fucked
the
that up.
Saurus.
They fucked that up.
Okay, that was the finals, and they knew that. They knew that. They knew that there was no other team. There was no other team, and that's not disrespecting anybody because there was some dope MCs there.
Mm-hmm.
Franchise, Zeely, fucking Mad Ills, Parable, fucking Waps and Juice. It was dope MCs there. But niggas knew what was up.
Yeah.
Niggas knew what was up. Niggas, you know what I'm saying? And niggas know who niggas wanted to see.
Yeah.
But whatever, that's here nor there, nigga. And like nigga, we put on a show. We put on a show with the Saurus and Illmac. And you know, however history tells it, you know what I'm saying, they came out on top. Cool. I'm not mad. What pissed me off is niggas went through this whole thing of for years for 2-on-2s being corny. Oh, it's the corniest shit in the world. Oh man, we don't respect what Quest and Marv do. It's the corniest shit in the world. Now in this time, we've taken maybe 2 or 3 2-on-2s. You know what I'm saying? Fucking beat up Soul Khan and Dirtbag, who everybody had hailed as the fucking next.
That was
whoever.
a moment of, okay, Marvin Quest are still relevant, and not only are they relevant, they're still
We
arguably the
good.
best. You know what I'm saying?
We good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Went to fucking London, battled Marlo and Shuffle T, who I'll never take anything from Marlo and Shuffle T. I think they're really, really good. But, you know, I was a little bit under the weather, but that has nothing to do with the material. You know what I'm saying? I think it was a lot closer than people give it credit for. But that's here nor there.
Mm-hmm.
And then out of nowhere, fucking K-Shine and DNA. These niggas like, yo, we a 2-on-2 team. And niggas accepted it right off bat.
You know what it is? Because it's an awkward team. You saw Professor Shine versus DNA, and you would never think, like, I would never think that they would even hang out, let alone be rapping and freestyling together. You know what I'm saying? I think that
That's
sparked
real.
interest. It's kind of like the same thing with NWX. You got this like ragtag group of battle rappers who all had some type of popularity at one point, and they banded together to form Smack Voltron. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think
I
Big
respect.
T, DNA, K Shine, I don't think they're the same without each other. I think together they're powerful, especially on Smack's platform.
I respect it, but you know, I think that I think that oh damn, I think that how can I say this? Smack definitely has his URL definitely has their finger on the pulse of battle rap.
Yeah, of
They
course.
are trendsetters. I'll give them credit. They are the trendsetters. They are definitely, regardless of how you want to slice it,
Mm-hmm.
they are they are they are the measuring stick. They are the barometer.
Yeah, they're the alpha dog business in battle rap right now. Yeah.
And not necessarily even in views, because Flip Top gets way more views than anybody.
Oh, yeah.
Leaps and bounds, nigga,
Mm-hmm.
above any. But as far as fucking cultural impact and as far as all that shit, Smack and URL they're the measuring stick.
Of course.
So once they stamp something, niggas will blindly run with it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem with that.
But I mean, what I will say is that I think is interesting about DNA and Shine is they're actually good. It's not like they ran with 2 niggas is doing all right. I mean, and let's give credit where it's due. Don't Flop made DNA and K Shine
I
2-on-2
agree.
team. You
I
know what I
agree.
mean?
But URL had already previously stamped
Yeah,
K
of
Shine
course.
as a solo battler and DNA as a solo battler. So it always looks like they're the URL guys going elsewhere to battle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they had already been stamped. Now the only thing I say about them as a team at first, before, you know what I'm saying, before we battled him, I thought this was the worst move in the world for K-Shine. I thought being on a team with DNA was the worst thing in the world for him, because now DNA could take everything that made K-Shine cool and apply it to himself. And now DNA can be cool.
So, but do you think that would subsequently hurt K-Shine with DNA
Yes.
being cooler?
Yes. That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I thought. That's what I generally thought. I said, man, this don't make no sense, because either K-Shine was going to become super corny or super, you know what I'm saying, super animated to keep up with DNA,
Mm-hmm.
or DNA was going to become super gangster to keep up with K-Shine, and neither one of them made sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what happened. And after watching them in Hitman and Verb, which was a good battle,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, yo, these niggas actually have chemistry. It's like, these niggas are actually good.
You know what?
They
You
did.
know what the thing is too. Like, I don't. It didn't really work against y'all, but like when they did the video game controller thing against y'all, right? And the fact that K-Shine was moving and like he fell on the ground and shit, I'm like, yo, these niggas are really committed to this.
Super committed.
I don't think I've seen
More committed than I would have assumed.
Would it be safe to say that out of all the battle rap teams in 2-on-2 history, Dayshine, K-Shine, that's their name together, Dayshine, K-Shine and K-Shine and DNA are the most committed to performance? Would you say that?
Without question.
Okay.
Without question. Without question. Without question. I'll never take anything away from them niggas.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing that upsets me is nowadays wins and losses don't count.
That's true.
So how the fuck is it possible? And this is no bearing on them, because nigga, they just doing their job. But how the fuck is it possible for these niggas to be in the conversation of the greatest of all times when I watched them lose more battles than they won?
So you think they lost Hitman and Verb?
They lost Hitman and Verb.
They
lost to us for sure. And they might have lost to fucking John and Cyborg.
Do you think they lost to 100 Bullets and Sharon?
My blackness won't allow me to say that they lost that.
Hey, I think all of our blackness won't, to be honest with you, because I was like, 100 Bullets and Sharon was kind of winning, but that nigga got slapped.
Nah. In the rules of the neighborhood,
yeah,
you can talk as much as you want, but once a nigga put his hands on you, that's the end of it.
It wasn't a battle.
That takes precedent. So when I saw you do your fucking poll, and we came in last, yo, like with a resounding laugh, like 4 or 5%. I'm like, yo, what the? I think it's the fans. If we were more rah-rah, look at me kind of niggas, then I think the fans would appreciate us more. Because let's keep it funky, nigga. First of all, nigga, me and Quest kept 2-on-2s alive. Me and Quest kept 2-on-2s alive. Nobody was doing them bitches because Greg and Pete stopped doing them. The Saurus and Illmac stopped fucking doing them.
Well, another thing is I think that you got to remember too, WRCs wasn't widely, like that same black crowd that might watch smack battles or whatever. WRC wasn't widely accepted or maybe even known to that crowd at the time. I think you guys brought a greater black audience with you to the WRCs. You know what I'm saying? And I think that
I agree. But it was just like what do you think, like what do the fucking fans see?
Yeah.
Like, what do they want? Like, what do they fucking want? Because I know Quest got on here and was all super fucking professional, like, oh, whatever it is, and, shaking hands and kissing babies. Nah, fuck that. What do these niggas see? What do these niggas see?
You know what I think it is? I think battle rap has become a marketing game. You know what I'm saying? I think that if you get up there and you successfully do 19 WWF blogs before a battle comes down, you're going to have more favor.
That's so corny. So corny.
But you know what though? I say this, and I think this is it's a bad thing, but it's an interesting thing. That I think battle rap is starting to mimic the music industry, even though it's not the music industry. And I think people take small little things from maybe like
But
a
that's
marketing standpoint or something, and they
so.
try to apply those.
But that's going to be what killed fucking battle rap. Because
I
the
know.
music industry is able to. Because the music industry is able to self sustain while doing that. Battle rap
Yeah.
is not going to be able to.
Well, and
It's
another
not
thing
going.
about the music industry is that you say, "Oh, this guy's commercial, but this guy's underground. I don't want to listen to that. I'll listen to this underground guy." Battle rap is kind of like everybody with a name, well, for the most part, has some certain type of talent level that, like, comparatively, like a commercial artist might not necessarily have. You know what I mean? Like, niggas ain't coming into battle rap saying Laffy Taffy. You know what I mean? You have to lyrically be at a certain place to even execute a battle rap.
That's not true.
You don't think
That's
so?
not true.
Who would you
Not
say?
at all. Not at all. And look, and this isn't a diss.
Hmm.
Let me preface this by saying this isn't a diss. Tech Nine was one of the biggest battle rappers at one point.
Yeah.
Tech Nine didn't have a bar.
But he's way
But
you can't compare Tech Nine to like a Chingy lyrically. He's still way past that.
but I'm
You know what I'm
I'm,
saying?
but I'm saying
Yeah.
but I'm saying in the grand scheme of fucking battle rap, you can. You know what I'm
Okay, I
saying?
can see that.
Tech found his lane, which was nigga. It was all personality.
Yeah.
His personality was so strong that people overlooked, or what I consider a lack of bars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he was that nigga, like damn near a headline nigga.
Yeah.
So like nigga, it got close. It got close to being the same thing as the music industry. And like I said, I'm not saying that to take a shot at Tech Nine because he was one of my favorites. I understood it. I'm just saying, like, if we're going strictly on paper or strictly by what people consider bars, he wasn't one of those niggas.
Yeah. Well,
So,
I
but
mean,
he still found his lane to be popular. And I say that to say, nigga, what do these like nigga DNA and K Shine are more popular than me and Questar. I'm not naive enough to say that they aren't.
mhm.
The only fucking people that can make an argument for being a better team or having more impact on 2-on-2s is fucking Thesaurus and Illmac.
Mhm.
Because nigga, because me and Quest gave DNA and K Shine the blueprint. We showed y'all niggas what to do. If it wasn't for us, none of you niggas would know how to even attack that kind of world.
Mhm.
Because we were the first niggas with the interaction like we had.
That's
The
true.
very first. Every other nigga was doing 4 bars, 4 bars, 4 bars, 4 bars, 4 bars, 4 bars. That's all it fucking was. We was the first niggas with interaction
And
like
finishing sentences and having conversations and yeah.
that. Showed niggas how to do it. So how can you say, nigga, that I'm not one of the best if I showed you how to fucking do it? And then I'm still relevant in doing it 10 years later.
Well, this is
I can still do it to a level that's better than the niggas that you niggas is fucking loving, and I'm doing it to the same level, if not better. How am I not the best?
well
The only niggas who can say it is the niggas who beat us.
this is what I'll say. This is what I'll say to you. I think this happens a lot in sports and in hip hop arguments in general. It's how much do you weigh historical relevance against the right now and the new people who are taking off. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you say George Mikan made up X, Y, and Z? Or Bill Russell. Bill Russell got 11 rings. Why is he not better than Jordan? You know what I'm saying? Like how do you have those conversations? Now, it's a little different because you guys can get out there and, like, rap. You can't get too old to rap. As long as you can speak, you can rap.
You can definitely get too old to rap, for sure.
But I mean, look at, and this isn't even a shot, but I don't even know how old Head Ice is. You know what I'm saying? But he's not like, he's active right now. You know what I mean? It's not like nigga had to retire or nothing like that when he hit a certain age.
Yeah, but Ice had a slow period too, where niggas was acting like he wasn't as good as he was strictly because of age. So if it's an age thing, then it makes more sense. But Ice is in everybody's favorites right now because of his level of consistency. As far as a 2-on-2 world, who's been more consistent than me and Quest over the time period? Who's been more fucking consistent?
The only people that came close was DNA and K-Shine, and that's now. I guess you could count Marlo and Shuffle T, but they've been consistent overseas.
They took L's. DNA and K-Shine took L's, bro. And that's not a knock on them. They took L's. Them niggas lost to Verb and Hitman. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas lost to us. They may have lost to Sire and John. They beat the shit out the girls. But even the girls put up a fight. Bonnie and 40 put up a fight. So it's like, nigga, how are you the best if you squeaking by? It's a level of popularity. If I got on here and was like, look, none of you niggas will ever do what I did. None of you niggas will ever battle Eminem. None of you niggas will ever go to MTV. None of you niggas will ever fucking be on a battle rap reality show. None of you niggas will ever be the first nigga who battled in HD. Like, none of you niggas will ever do what I do. So how the fuck? If I was that nigga, then maybe it would be more of a conversation. But it's not. So it's like I don't understand how fans are fucking are I don't understand the logic of fans.
Well, this is I had this conversation not too long ago with someone. I actually had it with a couple people. So if you read and you understand like mind control, manipulation, and the art of seduction and all this shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas actively apply this type of logic into the entertainment industry, right? So I think the smartest thing with being a smart person, which you are, is that you ever see like a dumb dude in your neighborhood getting it, and you're like, yo, how is he getting it? He's the dumbest nigga I know. Because they have one-track minds. And I'm not saying this about any particular battle rapper, but I think when you're smart, you have a tendency to complicate things. You know what I'm saying? I think when things just come to you and you don't process that information, you can just go with whatever without thinking twice about it. But I think something like even in having this conversation with you, I just think it's a lot of information for you to process, and you want to take in all criticism and even like perfect your craft. I think that's what it comes down to. I think when you a WWF blogging,
that's not what this is. That's not, man. Fuck that. This is, I don't understand what you niggas see. I don't understand what you niggas see. Put our shit on paper against any of these other niggas on paper and tell me how you draw these fucking conclusions. How you draw these conclusions? How do you get to this? Because they're more popular? Nigga, LeBron James right now is more popular than Manu Ginobili. Manu Ginobili got more rings than LeBron. Nigga, on paper, that's just what it is.
But Ginobili's shoe ain't gonna sell. But LeBron's sneaker might be the most popular sneaker.
And I respect it. Does that make does that take away from what Manu did or what Manu accomplished?
No, but I think I think it matters more from a player perspective than it does from a fan perspective, and I think that's the issue. You can get all the respect in the world from your peers, but it takes promotion and shit for fans to want to recognize you. I think with fans, and I think this is the thing about you being funny. I think that the fans, especially nowadays, that music has changed and people want to buy into a person more than they just want to buy into their talent. I think when someone looks at you and says Marv is somebody I want to hang out with, I think that makes you more popular than any bars that you could ever say.
That's real. That's real. That's real. I don't like when I feel like people discredit or don't appreciate what me and my man brought to this world. Nigga, we gave y'all this world.
Let me ask you this: we gave
niggas this world, and I feel like niggas don't appreciate it. That's my honest to God truth. I'm not arrogant enough, I'm not naive enough to argue an opinion of a fan. That's cool. You like who you like, but nigga, brass tacks, black and white. It's only one team in the world that I feel can even hold a candle to us, and you know, that's the Saurus and Illmac.
Well, let's talk about this too, right? From the Saurus and Illmac's perspective, do you think they should be mad at what's going on right now?
Nah, not really. Not really. Because both of them have moved on to different levels, to different planes. That's not to say that me and Quest haven't, but they've moved on. Like they haven't even stuck their toe back in that pool.
Yeah.
They haven't done it. They haven't done a 2-on-2 in 10 years.
You count
So
the
it's
King of
like
the Dot ones though? When they did like Paul Rich and Diaz and them joints?
wasn't it like a tournament or something?
Yeah.
Did they look impressive in those?
They had moments, but it was like it was
Yeah,
different. It
see,
was a different type of energy. You know what I'm saying? And
it was
They lost.
energy.
I think they lost to Paul Rich and Diaz. But I don't. But I don't. That tournament didn't have a lot of eyes on it for whatever reason.
Yeah, but nah, I don't. I count. They, of course, they count. Wins and
Hmm.
losses count, but it doesn't take away from what they did, from what they birthed, from what they spawned.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Like it didn't have the Saurus and Illmacaulate back energy. You know what I
Nah,
mean?
it didn't. Not like when me and Quest step on stage
Hmm.
and niggas. Oh shit. Like, oh, we know, and you know what? It may be a thing of maybe we're too consistent. It's like, oh, we know what we gonna get. So if they don't shake the world,
Hmm.
then it's just okay.
But I think, and that's the funny thing about y'all. Like, I think, and y'all have the ability to do this. If y'all did a blog and Em and Royce came out of nowhere and said, Marv and Quest McCody started this shit, did the best 2-on-2 team, 5 World Star blogs, you counted out $10,000 on the ground and said, come see us, son. Come see us. World Star, anybody can come see us. Y'all gonna go up in the poll votes. That's what I'm saying. You
That's
can't be
corny, though.
mad because you know that's gonna happen.
That's corny as fuck though. Why
Yeah,
why should I have to do that?
but
Why can't my
that's
why
what I'm
can't
saying.
my why can't my work speak for itself? At what point does my fucking work speak for itself? What
What?
point does our work speak for it fucking self? Why do I have to do that? Why do I have to fucking accommodate and play a fucking game in order just to make niggas appreciate what I've already given them?
But do you think it's like that in life in general though?
So I don't respect that. It's not like that in my life. That's corny.
Yeah.
Because if that was like I just said, if we was naming accolades, then I could shit on a lot of niggas.
Hmm.
I could shit on a lot of niggas in a lot of niggas top fives. And it's just like, bro, for what? Nigga, I've given you the work. Nigga, me and Quest
Yeah.
gave you niggas the work consistently.
Well, let me.
How nigga, how are we at the bottom of anybody's top 2-on-2 list? Who in the fuck? So you niggas telling me, nigga, that it's 3 teams in the world that can beat me in Quest. Do you believe that?
There's 3 teams in the world that can beat you in Quest.
It's 3, nigga, and out of 100% of votes, 4% of people was like, oh shit, nigga, Marvin Quest the best.
Well,
Really?
let me get a little more aggressive in my approach to this interview. All right, let me get my Stephen A. Smith on. Right, you guys
All right.
definitely beat DNA and K-Shine. You can't even argue that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You beat uh the Source and Ilmac the first battle. The second battle they won. Was that the grape flavor? The second one.
Yeah. Grape flavor was crazy. That hurt.
I think they won in that verse. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They just got
that
it up
hurt.
out of there. And I thought y'all
I
won the
respect-
third battle, but I'd be lying if I said it wasn't close.
No, I don't. I don't. Hey, look, nigga, a victory by 1 point can get you a championship. That's all I give a fuck about.
Yeah, that's true. And so I mean like y'all beat them, they beat y'all. I look at that more of like a tie thing. I wouldn't say neither one is better than the other one because it was just a classic type, you know what I'm saying? And
All right.
I thought Marlo and Shuffle got y'all.
I respect it. I ain't mad at that.
But if y'all beat DNA and K Shine, and that's what I believe even the majority of the comments say, then it's you have full rights to say there's not 3 teams better than y'all in the world.
Get the whole fuck out of here, bro.
You
Get
know?
the whole fuck out of here. Why? Why, nigga? What do you niggas see? What do you niggas want, bro? What do you want me to do? You want me to slap Sharon, bro? Is that what I have to do? Do I have to slap Sharon? Do we have to dress up like a mime and a goddamn doctor? Is that what you niggas want?
Yo,
You niggas want us to soft shoe and shuck and jive. That's what you want.
but
You niggas
you
want
know
to
what? But you know what? Think about it like an episode of Love and Hip Hop, right? You got the
I
whole
don't
world.
watch it, so I won't think about it like
All right,
that.
all right. Well, I'll put it to you like this, right? So if you like, all right, you on the Total Slaughter show, right?
Right.
You quiet, kept to yourself. You did the real nigga shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
That didn't sell as much as Averb and K-Shine arguing in the kitchen.
I,
You see what I'm saying? Like people just want drama, or they want something to cling on to, and
look, man,
that's
I'm old. I'm old. Drama, nigga. I'm old. In my era, drama meant something different. Drama
yeah.
meant something was coming after it. So
So I almost feel like this is how I feel too, right? I feel like when if you like a real nigga and you live by a certain code that you might think the youth or who's ever commenting online doesn't understand. I think the best way to market yourself is to go about telling people that you live by that certain code without making a mockery of it. Like if in your lyrics you said, "Look, I'm not with the tomfoolery. Like this is a new era. Y'all niggas can do X, Y, and Z." I think people would react to it a certain way, and I think that's how you would market yourself.
man, fuck all that. I'm not doing
I
all
feel
that.
you. I feel you though. I feel you
I'm not
though.
doing all that. Nigga, me and Quest are good. Me and Quest are great. Respect greatness when it's in front of you. Respect greatness when it's in front of you.
But just in hip hop, look at how many good rappers are out there that will never get to shine because them niggas don't dress like they don't wear Louboutin shoes and all this other shit.
That's the fans.
They don't got the Big Sean chains.
That's the fans' fault. Shout out to Sean Detroit in the building.
Now look,
Look,
speaking
man.
of Detroit, I think Elzai is arguably the best rapper in the game right now. Just
Dude.
on a rapper level of just rapping. I'm not talking about song making. I mean just the ability to rap. I think he is arguably the best rapper on the planet.
I think you can put him in a argument. You can put him in an argument.
Yes, but if Eminem or Dr. Dre or whoever else
Not,
doesn't come out and say this nigga is the best nigga at rapping, then he's not gonna be as popular for just rapping.
let me tell you something. As far as that, for the past 3, 4, maybe 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
there hasn't been a person on the face of the planet who raps better than Royce the 5'9". I don't care who it is. I don't care whether it's King Los. I don't care whether it's Crooked Eye. I don't care whether it's Lupe Fiasco. Nobody has
I think
consistently rapped better
I'll
than
say
Royce.
I think that's arguable, but he's definitely up
It's
there.
not.
So I'm not even gonna say nothing.
It's not. It's not an argument. Nobody. Nobody. And there's been some niggas who've been killing shit. Los has been killing shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Crooked Eye's been killing shit.
Mm-hmm.
Lupe's been doing his thing. Mickey Fax has been doing his thing. It's a Fonte, nigga, Elzai, but nobody has been rapping better.
You can't
Royce
ignore
the 5'9".
Kendrick and J. Cole though. You can't ignore them.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
I think they're popular.
Yes, I can.
No, I'm not going to get in that argument. X-nay that argument. I didn't say that. Please.
Yeah. Yes, I can.
I didn't say that. All right, go ahead.
Skill wise, I like every. You know what I'm saying? I respect everybody, but nah. And it may be because I'm privy to seeing things that a lot of people haven't got to see because I'm around them so much.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody's rapping better than that man. Not even him. Or they go back and forth. One and two is debatable for me.
So, but I think at the same time, no, I knew who Royce the 5'9" was when he was on game recordings, rapping on Grand Theft Auto soundtracks, and he was on the Hip Hop Honeys. He was signed to the same label as Hip Hop Honeys. Like I remember that. Like he was one of my favorites then. But I'm like, now that he's did an album with Eminem, and 35-year-old Betty from Beverly Hills knows who he is. Oh, now he's a new nigga. You know what I'm saying? That promotion make you a new nigga. Now he's relevant in the top 20 people of all time list. Oh, now we can say he's relevant because he did. That's what I'm saying about y'all. That's what I'm saying about y'all. And as a fan, I can't even lie. Even though I know why you think it's corny, and there's even some things I don't do myself because I think it would be corny. I know a bunch of people. I think it would be corny for me to do blogs with them. But as a fan, I can't lie. I would like to see M and Royce and Marv and Quest sit down at a table and just talk, and y'all get co-signed into superstardom. I would love to see that. I would love to see that conversation. I would love for y'all to do a Detroit blog where everyone in Detroit says Marvin Quest are them niggas, and we will push y'all to oblivion.
All right.
I would love for him to say MTV, bring Marvin Quest on there and have him rap at a little girl for 9 minutes on Teen Mom, and get this promotion popping. I'd be
All
clapping.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. I'm gonna make it happen for you, bro. I'm gonna make that call next week. We can make it happen. Give me 2 weeks, man. We'll make it happen.
Yeah.
Fuck it, dog.
I think it's gonna change. I think you will never have this complaint again. Your complaint will be why we had to do that to get a bunch of. I'm gonna do the same poll the week after that shit come out. Watch. Right. What's gonna happen? Marvin Quest is up 91%.
Up 91%. Right. But look, man. Bottom line is, man. Look, man. Me and Quest, it's 1A and 1B, and however you want to slice it, bro. In my opinion, I think DNA and K-Shine definitely revolutionized 2-on-2s without question. They took something and they made it popular for this generation.
Yeah,
and I'll never take it away from them niggas. They deserve every accolade in the world for that. You know what I'm saying? And they're good. Like their team chemistry has gotten so much better. Mm-hmm. So I definitely respect them niggas. I love them to death. I think they're really good. I think Marlo and Shuffle T are incredible. I think they're the best team. I think they're the best team in England. I think they're the best team, you know what I'm saying, in the UK. And, you know, a lot of people say they beat us, and I can't argue that. I can't argue that. I can't say that we were our best, and they deserve any accolade that they get. The Saurus and Illmac, pioneers, and they basically laid the blueprint. But to say that Quest and I are the least formidable out of those teams is asinine, bro. I don't understand it, because we were the ones who consistently kept it popping.
I will say this: if we did some type of poll amongst battle rap staff and battle rappers, I think it will be the poll would look way different than it looked, because the fans, I mean, half of it is education, half of it is favoritism. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, and I'll say this. The poll that you put out upset me so much. It upset me so much. The results upset me so much that officially come out of retirement to do a 2-on-2 battle with Quest. We're gonna do one more.
Can I have insight? Can I get the Rap Grid exclusive insight?
No. Soon. It'll be soon.
All right. Well, as soon as it gets announced, I'm doing the first interview. All right.
Yeah, for sure. It'll be soon.
And Eminem and Royce. Can I be there? Can I be there standing in the corner when y'all do that block?
Yeah. As long as you don't fan out, bro. Don't be a fanboy.
Never. You know I will tell you a funny ass story, right? I'm sitting there, I'm at Total Slaughter. It's me, Penn, Kid Capri, Busta Rhymes, Fab, everyone's up there, right? And Royce is sitting next to Ebro. And Royce put his arm on my shoulder and he says, yo. And I look at him and I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, oh shit, it's Royce. But I'm thinking like, this nigga is gonna ask me to pass him his cup of water or something. Like, yo, you hand me that Aquafina right there? He's like, he's like, yo, you look familiar. And in my mind, I'm like, all right, my nigga, yeah. I'm just like, oh, my name is Drect. Straightest face of all time. And he's like, oh, respect, my nigga, respect. And in my head, I'm like, yeah, nigga, you know what I'm saying? But I was just like, nah. That's one of the moments I realized I will never fan out. I'll fan out all in my head, but I'm never fanning out just outright. That was just a sneak attack.
I respect it.
I fanned out in my mind many times.
The only person I think I fanned out, for was Big Daddy Kane. I was in Florida and I met him, and I'm having a conversation with him, and just in the middle of the conversation, I'm like, "Dog, you Big Daddy Kane. You're the reason I fucking rap." And he's like, "Yeah, you know, I appreciate that." But that was the only time I.
You know, real shit. I met Cool Herc a couple months back, and he just talking to me. He was like, "Yo, I was rocking a party and Murder Mook's dad was there, and I remember fucking with his dad and this and that. So niggas can't tell me. I don't know about battle rap." And the nigga like knew. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So I think
that's crazy.
The funny thing is, like, we have views too. I don't battle like y'all do, so I don't have as much. But I'm like, yo, niggas watch us. The shit, we give tens to hundreds of thousands of views. Like, we can only fan out so much because niggas watch this shit.
That's real.
Niggas don't bump into me like, yo, who the fuck is you, son? Niggas be like, yo, Drect, I saw you on World Star. Is the racism all right? That year we went to Rock the Bells, 8,000 niggas I looked up to said that. Yo, you all right, son? You know what I'm saying? So niggas can only fan out so much, man.
That's funny as fuck.
I remember
Look, man, I'm tired of doing this interview. I'm out. Me and Quest are number one. The Saurus and Illmac number 2. DNA and K-Shine and Marlo and Shuffle T. Marlo and Shuffle T is number 3. K-Shine and DNA is number 4.
Quick question before you go. I know you're tired and you don't want to look at my nose no more. But one more thing, nigga. Is the Saurus and Illmaculate versus DNA and K-Shine? I feel like it has to happen. What do you feel like?
Nah. I don't. This isn't a knock to DNA and K-Shine. I don't think that they've earned that battle. I don't think legacy wise they've earned the right to battle the Saurus and Illmac. If the Saurus and Illmac ever decide to do it again, they know who they have to battle.
You know,
in order to solidify themselves as number 1, they know who they got to come see.
Lord. Well, you know, I'm gonna name this interview that, and then everyone's gonna click on it.
That's corny, but yeah, fuck it. Live your life.
I need to do the Marv one. See if I do the Marv one real nigga steps, it's gonna get 2,000 views.
That's real. That's very true. That is very true, bro. That is very true. I'm fucking real to a fault.
Yeah.
I'm real to a fault.
I'm real too.
Fuck it. Yeah, you real ashy and you need a haircut. Look, I'm out because my computer's gonna die.
All right.
East side, nigga.
All right. Killers.
Killers.
Cause I was really outside and that jungle had to survive while you was watching Pokemon. I was poking niggas for mine.
So obviously this is the fuse that we use to spark the latest Rap Grid Twitter fire. When we ask people who is the best 2-on-2 team of all time.